Did something happen? I don't think something happened. Or maybe I could light up one more so I can make it, put it right there to see. I'll experiment on the light. Let's see what effect we can produce. Have to. Let's see. Let's try one first. There. That's quite cute. Wait. No, that's the match. Wait. Let's do one more. Like this. Maybe I can just do this to my face. It's like I'm summoning you. I'm gonna summon you. That actually looks a bit dreamy with the reflection of the flames on my eyeglasses. Wait, this is scary. Where should I? Yes. Or maybe I don't think something will happen, so I can just leave it there. Anyway, I want to talk about something, but my insides are still recalibrating, sort of, because I have experienced a situation as I have told you in the previous videos, where I don't feel safe enough to be myself, and that sort of creates this this motion inside. Because whenever I'm in that situation and suddenly I find myself in a healthier situation, like me in my room just speaking to you, I feel like I have to look for myself for a bit, because I kept her somewhere in some compartment in my head just so she can be safe. But I think the struggle with that is actually trying to find her in the spot where I left her, because she's alive and my inner world is vast, so she may have run off somewhere and I have to really search for her to feel her. Does that make sense? I hope it does. But earlier I was watching something and I laughed like a real one. You know, my laugh, the one that, this is burning quite brightly, the one that echoes all throughout the room, that laugh. So I feel that I'm close to her. I'm close to finally coming home to her. or she coming home to me, or me or us meeting somewhere and just phew, being one again. It's weird because the incident happened yesterday and I'm still recovering from it. And I'm not sure actually what I want to talk about. I just know that I want to talk. I wrote something, just a sentence earlier, because sometimes a sentence is enough to find that sort of balance between the physical world and what's going on in my mind. So I will read you that sentence out just because the original idea for this conversation is that how the process of turning a rotten apple into a fertilizer. And this is the sentence that I made sure I should write down so I will not forget. The sentence went like this: The rotten apple walked me home to the parts of myself that I never realized that could bloom. I'm not sure if that has a proper grammar, but that's the idea. And it's a bit tricky to label something as a rotten apple because I know that people are just they have levels, they have layers, and what we see is just the tip of the fingernail most of the time. Well, at least for me, that's true. I think a lot of people just see the tip of my fingernail even though I fully exist inside the room. And so I will not label another human being as the rotten apple. What I would label as the rotten apple is the bond or the relationship or the former relationship that has been formed between me and another entity. That's our rotten apple, the star of today's conversation. And it's not a very easy process turning this rotten apple into a fertilizer that will nourish the soil that I'm planting the seeds on. Because sometimes, no, not sometimes, but like this rotten apple has worms and it could just crawl on my fingers and bite my hands. I feel like I'm trying to walk on a wooden bridge that is built of planks that have consciousness of their own. So I'm sorry if there are a lot of pauses between my sentences, but I'm really trying to say or explain this process, and a lot of the things are just getting in the way. A lot of the branches are just poking through the window, and so I think I may edit this video because of the pauses, or I'm not sure if I got the motivation to edit it, but we will see later. Maybe we can just sit. I have I have 3 candles. Maybe we can just sit and exist together. And then maybe the words will start to weave themselves together. Yeah, we can just sit and exist. That's possible. I can just also talk about the rotten apple next time. Or maybe the rotten apple has been absorbed by the soil. Maybe that's why it's hard to kind of visualize the process. Maybe I got here too late. Maybe I feel like I got here too late because the rotten apple occurred to me earlier in the afternoon, and it's 10:30 in the evening now. So maybe, because this is another thing that I have noticed, I am recovering way faster now. I am surprising myself of how fast I recover from things. I don't get affected as much. So this rotten apple, I felt it. I felt the bitterness, the decay, the smell of it this afternoon, and now I feel like it's gone. Like it's not. Like it's. I cannot find it anymore. I'm trying to find it in my head. Yeah, I think that's the reason why I'm struggling with this. With the process, because I got here too late, that I'm not I cannot I have not been watching the process of the rotten apple being absorbed by the soil because I'm so busy attending to the flowers or planting new seeds. Maybe that's the reason. I think that's a good thing though, because my perception or my focus is now more on the spring, or more on the fruits, or more on the seeds, rather than the decay or the poison or whatever it is that I I I thought was initially something that will weigh me down or demand my attention in unpleasant ways. Yeah, it happened way too fast. I'm surprised. Yes, the rotten apple have been absorbed by the soil, but I'm still looking for myself. I am myself. I am here. It's just that there are parts that have run off somewhere. Maybe it will come back to me with more knowledge or more perspective or more wisdom. I'm excited. This is why I think my fears have shrunk when it comes to the days when I don't feel like myself. It's because whenever I get to meet myself again, we have more things to help each other with. I mean, we have more things to contribute to each other. Yeah, I guess so. That's why I don't I don't feel as scared of other parts of myself, other parts of myself straying, because they always come back more wise. Yeah, I guess I could say good night with the sentence that says that the rotten apple has been absorbed by the soil, and it's actively helping my trees and my shrubs and my flowers to grow. So me and my 2 candles will say good night to you. Good night.